whatever password you've created is what you're going to be using to log in. You log in order to see what your major is, because a lot of you have just recently declared, or maybe you're like, you know, I thought I declared this, but I'm not really sure what it's listed as, okay? So here's how you can find out exactly what you're listed as for your major and who your advisor is, which is the person you should be meeting with regularly, at least once a semester, to make sure that your plan for your academics is correct and make sure you can get clearance to register yourself online. So you'll want to go here to Students, click on Students. Then you'll want to scroll down. You can either do it on this side here or this side. At this middle, I usually click here. So click My Registration, scroll all the way down, and right here where it says My Academic Information is where you're going to see who your advisor is and what your majors are and your minors. So I don't have anything here because I'm obviously not a student currently. So this is where you're going to see stuff. If you don't see anything, then either there's a glitch in the system or you don't have anything declared. Please stop by and see the records office. If there are issues there, you can't access it. Okay? So this is how you'll know who to contact. This is how you'll know exactly what major you're pursuing. If you need to make adjustments, if you see one major but not another, or something's incorrect, you'll want to go see the records office, and they're in Greenville Central, which is below the dining commons. So that's how you see. So once you are ready to register, if you've met with your advisor and you need to add classes, here's what you'll do. Do the same thing. When you come to My.Greenville, you'll click on Students, right? Then you'll click on My Registration once again. You'll scroll down here to Add Drop Courses, okay? Keep in mind, if you have a hold because of a balance that you owe, because of a transcript that you haven't sent in, because of a financial aid issue, or because of a learning contract that you have not completed, you will have a little alert here that says this student has a hold and cannot register, okay? It should tell you what the hold's about, so read it. Sometimes you just see, alert, can't register, and you go, oh, can't register, but you don't look at what the hold actually is, so you know which office to go talk to. So pay attention to what the hold says. If it doesn't say, feel free to send me an email or stop by and see me, and I can help you figure it out, okay? But this should say add period, drop period is open, okay? If it's closed, then your advisor hasn't given you clearance. So if you don't have clearance for a given semester, you'll want to email your advisor and say, hey, I need clearance. Can you give me online clearance for whichever semester you're wanting, because they have to clear you for each semester. So make sure you specify in your email or in your conversation with them exactly what semester you want clearance for. So in this context, we're talking about spring. You're getting registered for interterm or spring. So when you contact your advisor, when you meet with them and talk about classes, you're talking about the spring semester. Hey, I need registration clearance for the spring. They can go click and give you clearance, okay? So once you have clearance, you'll click on Add Drop Courses. Okay, you'll want to select the correct semester. So let's go up here to spring. So don't worry about if it says block 2, block 1, or full semester courses. Just hit spring, okay, and it'll cover everything. So it's not confusing. So click on spring. Make sure you're in the right semester. A lot of times you have the urge to want to type in EDUC or CRJS or whatever your numbers are for your course. Don't do that, okay? And here in Course Search, just leave it all blank and it'll pull up all the classes, but sometimes if you define your search, it will actually not find things that are really there. So just leave all that blank, okay? And then click Search. Sometimes it'll take a second, but it should bring up all the classes available to you. And I am in the wrong place here. Make sure this says Division All or Undergraduate, because you're an undergraduate, that's what you are. And then click Search. So now here are all the classes that I can choose from to add, and I can add by clicking a checkbox, right? So down here, alphabetically, if the classes you need are not here in this list, you want to go find them down here in the alphabet where you think they would be. THEO is probably going to be down here in the TH column, okay? And then here are the details concerning the class. Here's the prefix, here's the title, here's the professor, here's whether it's full or whether it's open. This says it's open, okay? I know it says 22 of 22, but that means that it's open. It would say like 18 of 22, meaning that like 2 spots have been taken. This is like a backwards way that it does it. I'm not sure why it does it that way. But if it's not, if it's full, it'll say full right here, okay? But if it's open, it'll say open, so you still have a chance to get in. Here's the time. Remember that R means Thursday, so if it says TR, it means that it's a Tuesday and Thursday class. If it just says R, it's a Thursday class. So here's the time, here's the location, here's how many credits, here's the date that it starts and ends. Okay, so this is where you would come. You would check the boxes that you want to add, and then you would click Add Courses. I'm going to go ahead and add something just for the sake of showing you real quick. So I'm going to add Agribusiness 401, not that I need that course. You click Add Courses. Dun, dun, dun. It'll take you to another screen. So you may get some errors, course is not yet registered, and it'll tell you in the error message why it's not registered. So make sure you read that error message because it'll give you some instructions on what you need to do. This would make me overload. There's a prerequisite for this course that I have not met, so it's not going to let me add it, which is fine because I don't want to add it, right? But if it works out, it'll give you an overview of the class that you have added. Okay, so that's kind of in a nutshell how you add. That you would drop the same way, so your schedule should pop up here. When you go to add drop, you should have an overall of your current schedule, and you can actually click in the checkboxes and drop. If you don't have checkboxes, like we were just looking at, let's hit search again. If you don't have checkboxes, undergrad search. If you don't have any checkboxes, it means that you don't have clearance or you have a hold. Okay, so check back and see if you have a hold. If you don't have a hold, then your advisor has not given you clearance for that semester. Okay? If you have questions, feel free to contact me in the Advising Center. You can also contact the Records Office. They are extremely helpful and they have lots of knowledge on how this works. Contact your advisor, get registered. Happy advising.